welcome to your weekly reading. Let me share the information with you. We have three tarot cards. The first one is the Five of Cups. We then go on to the Lover's card, and finally we have the Eight of Cups. We have one angel answer card also, and that is the situation will improve. The way I've got them laid out in front of me, that's right next to the Five of Cups, so that makes sense, doesn't it? And then I've got another message to bring through a bit later on. But let's start. I need to start with these two together. For this week, you may find that perhaps things have been triggered. Stuff is going on. It's being brought to the surface, really, so that it can be released and healed and sorted out and clarified and let go of, transmuted. But at the minute, there might be some moments through this week, just watch out for it, where your thinking and your focus is more towards the negative. Okay, because if you see the picture here, this person is focusing totally and completely on the cups that have spilled. They've fallen over and all of the liquid has spilt out on the ground. But behind, they've got two cups that are brilliant and perfect, but they're looking at all the things that are going wrong or have gone wrong or are not right. Totally, completely ignoring those other two cups. So I would say this week, just be careful of your focus, be careful of your thinking, be careful of what's going on in your mind. And often we don't mean to, we don't realise we're doing it, but before we know it, we have gone into a bit of a spiral about all the things that aren't working, everything that's wrong, everything that's not perfect yet. And it can take us into a bit of a downward spiral if we're not careful. And this is where I get the situation will improve. So it just feels, I want to bring the other message through that I wrote, and it's this: you need to keep reaching for love and the light. So rather than, when we're in this energy, we are very focused on fear. And I suppose it's like all the things attached to the ego, that side of us. Things that can go wrong, might go wrong, have gone wrong, should go wrong, you know, all of that sort of the negative aspect of anything. And what they're saying is, rather than that, as much as you can, and I know it's not easy, but as much as you can, try to catch your thinking, try to catch your thoughts. And instead of going into the negative or the fear or it won't happen, it's, you know, I'm not going to get it, or whatever it is you're trying to strive for, reach for the other side of that. So rather than reach for fear, reach for love. Reach for the light as well. Reach for your light inside of you, your power, your strength. That's where your talents lie, your gifts lie. So keep reaching inside of yourself for these things: the love, the peace, the light, the gentleness, your power. And also reaching beyond you, you know, into that incredible all-encompassing energy. And we call it different things, whether you call it God or the universe or the divine angels and guides. Keep reaching for that, keep reaching for that. And so if you do find you have gone into this mindset and this pattern of focusing on the negative, just know for sure that the situation will improve, and it starts to shift when you begin to reach in a different way. Rather than sitting and standing in fear, if you reach for the light and love, it starts to shift. That will allow you then to reconnect back to your higher self, reconnect to your heart and soul, reconnect to why you're here, your mission, your purpose, all of those incredible things. Also reconnect to your greatness, your magnificence, your brilliance, which is inside of you. Don't beat yourself up too much. We all do this. I do it still now. You know, before I know it, I'm in the negative and I'm like, God, and it makes you feel so down as well. So The Lovers is here to tell us that there could be, if you're doing this, if you catch yourself and doing this, there could be some you coming back to yourself, you're back to your higher self. It could also mean just a general union. Maybe someone you already know, you're taking things to a different level, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a partnership, whether that's romantic, in the business, in your business or working life. Maybe there's some sort of union there. It could be brand new, so someone really new that you haven't met before. Maybe you haven't met them in this lifetime. Maybe you feel like you recognize them from a past life. However you experience this reconnection and this union this week, it's going to be good and positive and deep, and for some of you it might be profound as well. You're being guided. You've got the angel there. So this is being orchestrated by the divine. There's no accident with this union, whether it's you coming back to yourself or you getting together with another person. It could even be things like two families coming together, or two businesses merging. So there's many different ways that you can look at this union, but it's meant to be, it's fate and destiny, it's heaven sent. The other thing with the Lovers is that it could be a choice or a decision, and it's going to be a big choice or a decision. So maybe, just maybe, something happens here where, do you know what I'm getting for some of you, where your initial take on a situation is, oh my gosh, this isn't good, this isn't right, I don't like it, it's not to plan, it's not how I expected it to be. And then you're starting to think, well, this is obviously going wrong, it's not right. However, if you're reaching for this, it feels as though you're going to just reach a different level and layer to something, that it's going to throw up a different choice, where at first it looked as though it wasn't right. Something about it wasn't right, but your focus changes, and then all of a sudden you have a decision or choice to make, and it's absolutely the right thing for you to do. This was the right thing to come along, for you to see it differently, see it clearly. So I think for some of you, there's a big choice or decision, and it's as a result of all the things we've been talking about. That choice or decision or union or reconnection allows you to walk away from something that doesn't serve you. Walking into a brighter future, a new day, a fresh start, turning your back on something or someone that you were done with. You were just, this is just not me anymore. Now, some of you are in a whole process, you're in a whole transformation. So this just might be another letting go, another surrendering, another finding a different level or layer to something. I'm getting that for many of you. This is just taking it up a notch, taking it up a gear, and letting go of something, whether it's a mindset or a pattern or a belief or a person, situation. So really, really interesting. But it's all triggered by this, something that was a bit unexpected and almost has you going down a negative path. But the message overall is to keep reaching for that love and light inside of you, but also around you as well. I hope it's a great week. Thank you for joining me.